who I never knew his name, who he was, or why he was out of my life. But it left a hole clear through to my soul, because I never had a dad to look to. Up until the time I was 6, my grandparents were my parents. I called them Mom and Dad. I called my sister Mom and my other aunts and uncles, brothers and sisters, because that's the home that I grew up in. Suddenly, at the age of 5, my grandfather died suddenly, and my whole life changed. Up until that point, my life was spent on the family farm, playing with tractors in the sand pile in the backyard, completely free of worries, free of cares, and not having to be concerned with life. My mother shortly thereafter ran off and married my stepdad, came back and took me from the only home and the only mother I had ever known. Took me across the state and left me in daycare. I had never been outside of the care of my grandmother, not even at church on Sundays and Wednesdays, which I was there all the time. And I didn't know what to do. I sat and I cried for days and days. And the ladies would come out of the cafeteria and they would try to comfort me, and they would say, "It's okay." And I'd say, "I want my mom." And they'd say, "She's going to be back in a little while." And I'd say, "No, you don't understand. I want my mom." And I didn't get to go back to my mom, my real mom, the one who really was my mother, my emotional mother, until I got sick with chicken pox. Whoever thought chicken pox would be a blessing? Then you had chicken pox in your hair, and between your toes, and the bottom of your feet. But I got to go home because I had chicken pox. Because my birth mother couldn't be bothered to take off work to take care of me. So I was sent back to my grandmother's every time I was sick, I was off of school, or just an inconvenience. In the home of my mother and my stepdad, I suffered every type of abuse that you can imagine, like many of you have shared today. And boy, did I have mother issues. I grew up with a love-hate relationship with my birth mother, and always ran back to my emotional mother. Then, fast forward to the age of 18. I'm out partying with my friends, newly graduated from high school and ready to head off to college. This handsome young man drives down the street, and he waves, and I wave back. Long blonde hair, feathered. It was the 80s, you know? And I said, "Ooh, he's really cute." And he did a U-turn and he came back to talk to me. We sat and we talked for a couple of hours, and he said he had a family reunion to go to the next night. This was a Friday. And I said, "Yeah, right. You have a date with some other girl. You just don't want to tell me." And he said, "No, I have a family reunion. Really, I do. I'll be back on Sunday. I'll call you then." "Yeah, okay, whatever." Sunday came along and he called. And he said, "I want to come over and visit." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." He said, "I'm going to have a bowl of ice cream with my parents first." "A bowl of ice cream with your parents?" He's 21. What kind of 21-year-old has ice cream with their parents? Well, that was 35 years ago in August. I married him 4 months later. We both have ice cream with his parents now. Can't you tell? My parents, on the other hand, haven't spoken to us in 18 years. They decided that they didn't want to face the truth, and I couldn't walk in the lies anymore. I could not live a lie of not knowing who my father was. I could not live the lie of not saying my truth, my story. This is what happened to me. And they couldn't live in the truth. So we had to go our separate paths. And that's when I wrote Beauty Rising from Brokenness. And I thought that's where my story ended. And I thought, now I'm going to go out and I'm going to speak and I'm going to extreme death. And short 6 months later, I had gone to visit family, his, not mine, and we were on our way back. We met his family and his sisters and his parents for a camping family reunion. And we were on our way back to Michigan. Because see, I married a guy who decided 5 years after we married to go in the military. So we had spent 30 years traveling this country in the military, 17 moves. It's a little stressful, but when you didn't really want to be at home, it worked out. But we were crossing over into the Michigan line, pulling our camper, our 16 and 18-year-old daughters following behind us, and we were following a semi-truck in construction. He stopped suddenly in construction. Bam. If you've ever pulled a camper or seen somebody pulling a camper, those things are pretty big. They feel really small when you live in them with 3 kids, a dog, and a cat from your move to move to move in the military, but they don't stop very fast. We hit that truck doing about 60 miles an hour. That camper hit us, and then our daughters hit the camper, and the camper hit us again. We were an accordion of metal, bam, 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 trapped in a Suburban that we couldn't get out of, engine on our feet, smoke pouring in. And I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I was in complete shock. I heard my son, 11, from the back seat screaming. And I just thought, I've got to get to him. I've got to get to him. Then my husband's laying in the back seat of the truck. I'm like, what in the world is he doing laying in the back? How did he get in the back seat of the truck? And he kicked the window out. He pulled my son out of the car. My daughters were already out on the road. And then he had to crawl back in the window, tell me how to unbuckle my seatbelt, tell me how to climb out of the car, because that shock had me in a state of, I don't know where I'm at, what I'm doing. I don't know where we are. He pulled me out of the car through that back window, and I ended up on the cardiac ward at the local hospital. I had a broken sternum. I had 2 discs in my neck that were ruptured, a collapsed disc in my back, and damage to both my knees. At the ripe old age of 38, when I got home, I was disabled and bedridden for 12 years.